Yo, what's up, my comic book friends? It's J-Rock right here. Today I'm gonna be hitting you with a uncluttering video. Now, what is uncluttering you mean? Well, let me break it down to you. It's not a haul video. It's quite the opposite. It's an unhaul video. It's a bunch of crap I'm trying to get rid of. It's not really crap. It's some good stuff here, but I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm trying to make space because a bunch of other new stuff I want to buy. So let's get to some of these books. The first one is, I thought I'd start with a big one. An Omnibus is Wonder Woman by Phil Jimenez. Love the spine, love the cover, back cover. Love the design of this. I flipped through the interiors. Was not the biggest fan of the interior art. I haven't read it, so I can't speak for the content. But I have to start nitpicking about what it is I probably won't read anytime soon and whatnot. So I was like, you know what, this one I could do without. Plan to sell this for like $50. I see it going for $50 on Amazon. I think it was 55 plus tax and shipping. So it's probably like around 65, somewhere around there, 65, 70. I'm gonna sell it 50 shipped. So if you guys are interested, I believe it's out of print. It's no longer available. So get it while it's hot. The next book is this one, Wonder Woman by Dredd Rucka, Volume 1. This one actually has some really solid art inside, and I haven't read it, but I have it digitally already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read it that way. That's book 2. I'm out in the description down below. I'm gonna be dropping all the books and the prices next to them. The prices will not be set in stone. If you buy a few, we could work out some type of bundle deal if you buy a few things. Okay, so let's get to the next books. Then the next book is Judge Dredd. This one's called Day of Chaos, the 4th faction. It's about 200 pages. I think it was 190 pages. This was some decent stories. This is the more current 2000 AD stuff. I like the old 80s stuff from 2000 AD. When it comes to like 2010 or whatever, around that era, I like more the IDW stuff, at least from what I've read. Like the IDW stuff in color. The 2000 AD stuff in color is it's hit and miss with me, but I do like the old black and white stuff. But a lot of the Judge Dredd stories are little short stories that they don't really continue in continuity, especially with the farther along you go, the ones that are in color. So they're not stuff I feel I have to reread. This one was decent. It's okay. Nothing I would reread again. The next one, this one I'm currently reading it. It's a solid read right here. It's the best of Judge Dredd. This collects stuff from a lot of different eras. Some black and white stuff. Some stuff in color. Give you an example. See that stuff's in color. Then it collects the first few issues and like different eras of Judge Dredd. The art in black and white is phenomenal. I love it. It's something that if you want to get into Judge Dredd, you want to get a feel for him, I would recommend start with this book. Start with this. You get a little bits and pieces from different eras of Judge Dredd, and you get the first few issues from the 70s, so you can kind of see how the character started, and you kind of see him develop here, how as the time went by, how he's kind of changed and so forth. You get some stuff from the 70s, some stuff from the 80s, some stuff from the different decades. The next book is Wolverine Weapon X Unbound. It's got some good stuff in it. It's a spine. It has some issues right there. It's not perfect. It has also an overstock mark. Here's an idea of some of the art. This is great material. I have it in the black and white essence, and I have it digitally, and I'll rebuy it whenever an Omnibus comes out. So I don't need that one. And I have this one, Milligan Volume 1, X-Men. There's a complete collection, chunky book. This one's brand new. I bought it. I haven't read it. I bought the digital copy of it. So say, you know what? I don't need both. I'm just going to go ahead and sell it already. I got this one as well. Batman manga. It's called Child of Dreams. Very interesting cover. It's a hardcover. Let me show you some of the artwork. It's a completely different take on Batman. Very interesting. It's Batman through a writer that's writing them kind of like for an Eastern audience, if you will. Kind of want to keep this one, but at the same time, I'll go ahead and sell it. You know what? If you guys are interested in this, I would sell these 5 for $50 shipped. That's $10 a book. That's a killer deal. I paid 25 for this Batman, and I think like 20 for all other books, 20 for each one. So that was cost me about $80, $90 for all this. And I'll sell it for $50. That's half of what I got it for. All right, here's some of the next books. This is a Ghost Rider trade paperback. It's a 6-issue story by Garth Ennis and Cranes on art. Crane's one of my favorite current artists. Look at that. The horse and Ghost Rider. Man, that shit looks sick. This is a crazy story. It's kind of sad, but it's also it's a horror story. You gotta read it. I love this one. It's very it gets very deep, right? And it's a western, a horror western with great art. This art looks very gritty and like kind of scary and stuff. Love the tone of the book. I think this has been long out of print. While I like it, it's not something it's not in continuity, and it's not something I would probably reread. It's called Trial of Tears. So if you're interested, let me know. If you like horror, you like Ghost Rider, check that out. That's what Ghost Rider kind of is, like a horror guy. Got this one, The Man of Bronze, the Year 1 Omnibus. Kind of like the beginning of him, his origins. I haven't even got around to reading this. There's Alex Rosa on the cover. He does not do the interiors. I haven't read this, but I bought it digitally, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to eventually read it digitally. No need to hold on to the physical copy. This will go in the stuff to make space, right? You know, gotta give those old school superheroes some respect, man. Doc Savage, The Shadow, Phantom. I would even throw John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and Conan in that mix. They're all the pulp action superstars. And because of them, we got superheroes like Superman and Batman and whatnot, right? Okay, the next one is SkyDoll, Volume 1. This is the first 3 issues. It's about 150 pages. Now, this one I'm not sure for myself because this is a premiere standard hardcover. Marvel got the rights to this character or whatever, and then the license or whatever. Then they never made a volume 2 or 3 or 4. There's 4 hardcovers. Then they made this ultimate collections. I wasn't sure what it had in it. I thought it was like a complete collection, so I was gonna sell the hardcovers and buy that. And I was hearing different information, and I was iffy on what people were saying. I kind of was like, I think they're incorrect. So I'm glad I trusted my gut instinct and I did not sell the hardcovers. And I said, I'm gonna buy that book and I'm gonna flip through the pages and see what material it has, so I know which books to get rid of. Turns out that hardcover it's this book, that big huge book that just came out. It's already out of print. It's going for like it's going up there already in price. It's just this book, but in bigger, right? And I was like, man, so I just need to sell this one. And good thing I kept the other volumes because I'm gonna need them. No, those are not included in there. That book includes this and a little 2-issue storyline called Sudra. So these 3 issues and those 2 issues, so basically the 5-issue hardcover. And then the other 2 hardcovers, volume 2 and 3, is called Spaceship and Decades. You would need those to hold on to them. If you bought that complete collection, hold on to those because they're not included in there. So I might sell this one. This one's getting harder to find as well. I rarely see it. Aquaman by Peter David, a book. I read some of these issues, like in singles, and this is a really good stuff. This Aquaman is badass. I'm digging them. This is a Aquaman I was familiar with the hook and the beard, 90s Aquaman. And they made a volume 2, but I think they just stopped. So I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna buy the volume 2. There's not gonna be a volume 3. Hold off. Maybe if there's an omnibus, I might go ahead and buy it. But for now, they have these on the digital library on Hoopla. So that, you know what, I'm just gonna read this in Hoopla and go ahead and sell this copy. The next one is Big Trouble in Little China. Huge fan of the movie. Loved it as a kid in the like late 80s, early 90s. Then as a teenager, like, you know, early 2001, 2002, rewatched it, still loved it. And I haven't watched it in like, you know, good 17 years or so. So I gotta go revisit it one more time now as a grown-ass man. See if it still holds up. And I heard it's free on YouTube. So I'm gonna definitely check that shit out. And I'm even, you know what, I'm gonna drop a review on it, talk about if I still liked it or not. This, on the other hand, it says Eric Powell on writing and John Carpenter. So I was like, all right, he's including his stuff. Thought I was gonna love this. Love the cover, love the art. Now, what I thought about it was, it has its moments where I'm really digging it. Then it has times where it goes too wacky, too zany, like a cartoon. And I wasn't really digging that. I wish it would have kept the tone of the movie, where it's comedic, but it's still like a superhero action movie, right? This sometimes goes too comedic, like a freaking Bugs Bunny cartoon, which I was not digging that. But so it's like hit and miss. I like half of the book and half of the book was eh. Either way, I was glad I bought it. I enjoyed reading it, but it's not something I would reread, and I didn't enjoy it enough to want to buy volume two either. So yeah, this is the Omnibus, the Legacy Edition. It's basically the first three trade. Now I believe there's about three Star Wars omnibuses coming out this year. I plan to get those. Those are on my wish list. So they're gonna go where these books that I just took off the shelves, that empty space is gonna be reserved for those omnis. And I just ordered the Spider-Man by Roger Stern. I read an issue here and there in singles. Have not read that whole run, but I hear it's good. And so I thought, you know what? I don't really collect Spider-Man, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it because I do love Hobgoblin. He's up there as one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Was Hobgoblin. I was into Spider-Man as a kid when the cartoons were out in the 90s, but outside of that, I was never really like that into him. I liked them in the cartoons. I liked them as a kid, but there's nothing I ever collected like omnibuses or trades or anything like that, or follow like his whole continuity. Although I do find him fun and entertaining. I like him as a character. So I'm gonna be getting that omnibus along with the three Star Wars ones. Uh, Besides that, what's coming out immediately, like soon? Any X-Men omnibus I'm gonna be buying. But yeah, so I need to make some of that space. This is what I have for right now. If you're interested in any of it, let me know in the comment section. I'll be posting them on the Facebook groups eventually sometime this week as well. I have more stuff. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and probably put my Spawn hardcovers up for sale and some Punisher stuff. I'm thinking that's gonna be my next two bundles or whatever. It's gonna be that stuff. And I'll still look through my stuff, see what else I can do without the Punisher stuff. I kind of want to read through it real quick and drop video reviews on it before I sell it. Or if I'm reading like the volume 2 of something and I forgot what happened in volume 1 because I take long gaps in between. Sometimes I'll read volume 2 like 4 months later. I'll go back, watch the video, and it'll kind of refresh my memory. Like, oh, okay, that's where this left off. Then I read the next volume. So I do those for myself as much as I do for people to watch. And so I kind of want to do that with the Punisher trades I have before I post them up for sale. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully you like this video. Hit that like button if you did. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And stay tuned for I'm going to do another decluttering video sometime in the next few weeks. Other than that, I'll check you guys out next time.